Okay, so in this video, which is going to be relatively short, we're going to look at adding and deleting columns and rows. And that doesn't seem to be that complex, but in doing so, I want to have a look at something else. So just as a reminder of what we did last, we looked at the data validation rule and we created a list that looked at sheet 4 and it looked at these specific cells. F4, you can see that dollar by the way, so Excel by default uses absolute addressing, F4 to F24. So we should remember that. It's worth remembering for those, F4 to F24. But the main thing I think we're going to need is, well, we'll remember those. Let's go back to sheet 4, which is where that data was. Now we're going to use this for adding and deleting columns and rows. So just double click on there and I'm going to call this adding and deleting. So that's fine, I've got there. By the way, you will notice that we're creating one for every lesson. And now we've got so many tabs that we can't see the first one. So we've got a triple dot there, which we can keep clicking on. But we've also got these controls, which allows you to push either way. But let's go back to our adding and deleting. So there's our adding, deleting. There's our F4, nice column there. But let's suggest that we wanted to insert a row. So all we've got to do, remember that context menu, go to a row, right click and choose insert. Now you'll notice that it appeared to insert the row below the one that we've selected. But let's just have a look at that. I'm going to click there again and I'm going to put in a border. So we've got a nice border in row 2. I'm going to click in row 2, right click and insert. And we can see that in fact what's happened is it's inserted it at row 2 and brought it down. Let's just see what happens if I insert row 4. If I insert row 4, then I get a nice clean row there. I can also do a selection of rows, just like that. So I can do insert and it will create 3 new rows exactly where I created them. So that works really nicely. I can clearly do the same thing with the columns. Right click to get that contextual menu, choose insert and it will insert them. The same must be true for selecting a range, right clicking and then instead of choosing insert to choose delete, and that deletes them. I should be able to do the same thing with the rows, select a whole range of them. In fact, something you can do, if you remember, you can hold down the control key and select not just the rows you wanted, sorry, the rows in a range, but only the ones you wanted. Now, can I delete those? Right click, I've got delete on the context menu, so let's delete, and sure enough, it's got rid of them. So you can delete the rows and columns that you would like. So why did I show you the list thing? Well, because it was called sheet 4 and it was started, this set of cells started at F4. I have now moved this to D, it starts at D6. How has that affected our data here? Well, let's go and have a look at the validation rule. Excel has made sure it keeps understanding of that, so we haven't got to go back through everything and change it. Everything we're doing is being monitored by Excel. Excel's checking that what you're doing is okay and does it affect anything else, and it will either report an error if you do, or give you a warning, or it will do what it's just done, which is simply resolve the problem for you. So that's really nice. So that's adding and deleting columns. It helps reconfirm this context menu that comes here. Yes, there are other ways of inserting columns and rows. If we have a look at the home option, we've got them here. Insert cells, insert sheet columns. We can even insert a sheet. We can do the same thing here. Delete cells, delete sheet columns, or delete the sheet. But it's more complex and takes a little bit longer to find the menu options that are here rather than use the context menu by right clicking. Hopefully that's helped. In the next lesson we're going to look at something a little bit more venturesome: conditional formatting. See you then.